Alright, now it's time to talk about the modules in Terraform. Alright, now I will make it as simple as that. Now the modules in simple word, actually, it is like the library in other programming languages. So you use an existing code without writing it over and over, okay? And we have local modules and we have remote modules. Local modules that we will write and remote modules that we will import or we will get it from online or from a specific source, okay? Follow me for now. So here, let's create a new directory. And this directory, we will name it module like this. All right, now inside it, I will create the main.tf file. Okay, here, as simple as that. Also, inside the module, I will create a new folder this time and I will name it EC2. Just follow me. And inside it, I will create ec2.tf, okay? Or I can put, by the way, main.tf as well. It doesn't matter. The naming will not be duplicate, okay? Because this is inside the ec2 directory or folder. Now let's return to the main.tf. Here we will put the provider. Okay, so the provider will be AWS, and the region I will use this time EU West 1. Okay, and I will put the access and secret key, all right, like this, and then we will put the resource or whatever. Okay, now before that, actually, because this is the main.tf, before that, now let's create the EC2 resource. The EC2 resource, actually, you will copy and paste that here, okay? Actually, let's put the provider here with the access and secret key inside the ec2.tf file. Okay, as here, which is inside the ec2 directory. All right, so far so good. So inside the ec2 directory, we have ec2.tf file. We have the provider AWS region, whatever region, access key and secret key. And again, we talked about it's better to have these as environment variable, or actually it's better to have them as AWS SSM parameter store, and this is the best practice. Anyway, just for the sake of the example, let's move on, okay? Now let's return to the main.tf. Now here we will create another provider, okay, and it will be AWS, and again the region will be the same region, which is EU West 1. All right, no big deal. But this time I will not put the access key and secret key again because they are already here, so no big deal. All right, so far so good. All right, now let's return to the EC2 again. Now this EC2 is responsible for creating EC2 instance. So here I will create the resource, and the resource it will be AWS instance, and the name will be my EC2. Okay, as we learned previously, no big deal. Okay, the AMI equal, and I will open the console. I will click on launch instances, and from here, from the region EU West 1, which is Ireland, I will copy and paste the AMI ID, as simple as that, and as we learned previously. Okay, of course in double quotation. And here we will put the instance type equal t2.micro. Okay, so far so good. Now this EC2 directory inside the ec2.tf file that have this provider and this resource, it is responsible to create EC2 instance with this AMI ID, right? All right. Now the main.tf file or the main.tf, it is responsible to do another things actually. So let's create VPC or security group or anything, and we want to create EC2 instance, but we don't need to write the code of this over and over inside this template, right? So how to do such a thing? By using the module. Okay, so the module, you put the name of the module, which is module EC2 module, or name it whatever you want, and the resource here I will use either the local resource that we created or remote, but in my case it is the local, which is that I created here inside the EC2 directory, as you can see here in the left in the explorer. So I will put dot slash, and dot means the current place, and I will put the name of the directory. Okay, now something here in Terraform, actually it finds all the terraform files inside this directory. So actually the terraform work as a directory level or folder level, let's say. Okay, so inside that directory you have this file or whatever files inside it, and all of them will be executed. Okay, so that's why it's better to have directories or folders and put all the EC2 instances inside the EC2 directory, another folder or directory for VPCs, another folder or directory for the load balancers, and so on. Okay, so here I will choose the source EC2. All right, so far so good. Now actually after we are finished, so you can see that in the terminal here we have the module. So let's go inside it. If I type ls, you can see that we have main.tf and EC2. So let's clear the screen and let's run terraform in it. You can see that we have invalid block here. Actually I should put this like this. Let's see again. Yeah, no problem, it was stupid mistake, stupid syntax mistakes. Let's wait a little bit. Now I will put yes here. So you can see that one will be added. As you can see, if I scroll a little bit, here are the T2 micro and the AMI ID that we provided. Okay, so let's wait a little bit here. You can see one resource has been added. So if I return back to the EC2 console, so EC2 here, now you can see that one instance has been created. Let's check it out. Yeah, you can see that the instance has been created successfully as expected. Now let's return back and destroy it. We don't need it anymore. So terraform like this and destroy, as simple as that. And then you put yes. Now you can see that it has been destroyed, and if I return to check it out, you can see that it has been destroyed successfully. Okay, so just one thing I want to mention here. So you can see that the main.tf, instead of having a huge file, so imagine that you are creating EC2 instances and RDSs and S3, IAM, whatever, you are creating a lot of resources and all of them in the same file. It is hard to track and to troubleshoot if we have any failures or any problems. Okay, right? Because that by separating the templates and the resources on a different files, actually you will have a tidy and elegant way of thinking and doing